So Jason and I have been dropped off, and apparently this is the island that we're supposed to be surviving. Right now it just looks super spooky. There's a jet. Well, you can't see it. You can only bring one item. So they told us that we had to walk out on this peninsula to get there. I'm definitely gonna get wet walking across it. Oh, wait a minute. I've already found gold. Somebody left a bottle. It's kind of muddy, but I mean, that's a resource. I'll take it. Yep, getting wet. Always good to have wet socks when you first start. Oh, there's goose poop everywhere. Perfect. Great for water. Why do I get myself into these things? All right, so me and Jason, we got across. Got a little wet on the way in. And so here's my item. I decided to bring a knife, use my new knife in the mix. I'm just kind of curious, Jason, what did you bring to the table?
Well, I wanted to be practical.
You wanted to be practical?
I wanted to have something with me that could see me through this intense survival scenario. And I thought, what better than a toaster oven?
Bring a toaster oven?
It's a Daniel Defense toaster oven. I don't know if you've ever seen those before, but it's pretty expensive. So I'm sure that it will get me through.
And you are confident that this is going to be the thing that is going to get you through?
Yeah, I'm extremely confident.
I'll leave it to Jason not to bring something practical to a challenge, but I mean, he's got his seat so you could sit.
And I'll just pretend that there's a fire.
Okay. Maybe put one on your phone. Sit in front of your phone fire.
That's fantastic.
Okay, this will be interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna think outside the box, outside of my box.
The box.
And I've got to figure out ways that I can use my toaster oven to accomplish the goals. Food, fire, water, shelter, signaling, and navigation are my goals. I've got 6 goals.
Okay.
I want to try to figure out how to solve those problems with my toaster oven.
With the toaster
and
oven.
And my wits.
Okay, well, this is the last time we're going to be together because we have to go solo. And it's kind of like an honor system thing. So like I still have my belt on me, my cap, my watch, etc. But we're not going to use those things because we're honorable men.
Yeah.
Man, I really wish I could watch you with the toaster.
You'll see.
Like,
you'll see.
I'm going to have to come find you, but we can't share, right? That's part of the rules.
Yeah, no sharing.
No sharing.
You can come check in,
Okay.
see how I'm doing. If I'm still alive.
We're going to do it anyway.
I appreciate a check-in.
Just to figure out whatever it is that we're doing.
Once I get a fire.
I mean, a grill.
I could cook my fish.
Your fish right there.
That I catch.
I mean, I'm jealous of that. That's awesome. You play some music, positive mental attitude.
It's what it's about, man.
Oh, I see some aluminum foil in there
foil
too.
in there.
Oh man, that's cake right there.
Right? Look at that. It's got a lot of holes in it.
Don't rip it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of holes in it. That's not going to be holding any water, that's for sure.
All right, brother. Good luck.
Thanks, man. Jason is being ultra stealthy with his Daniel Defense toaster. Okay, so we can't be together, and so we have to spread out. And there's slim pickings here on the island. There's definitely slim pickings. What I'm doing right now is I'm just walking around, doing some recon, trying to figure out what kind of resources we have available. I do see a mix of things here, but I would imagine the resources are gonna go pretty quick on this island because the island's not very big. And so I'm just kind of looking at potential shelter sites right now, seeing if I can utilize something from the landscape that's already there. I'm thinking about the W's, wind, water, woods, wrigglers, widow makers. That's all the stuff that's running through my head right now. Let's see, I've come across this right here. If you can see right there, there's a downed, let's see, that's sourwood right there. And then there's another downed tree right here. I might be able to get on the other side of that
and make like a browse bed or something. It's pretty wild in here, pretty tight. I might actually go down to the shore, see if I can find some fishing tackle first, because I would imagine that will go really fast. That way I might actually get some food today. You know, if I can get a fire going. Everything in here is pretty damp, pretty wet. But yeah, let's do it. All right, it looks like I found my very first thing. Oh, and it has a hook. All right, I'll hold on to that, but it's really no good unless I can find some cordage. Oh, come on. Please tell me I can get this apart without damaging it. Okay. All right, yes, maybe. Oh no. Oh, it's another separate piece too. Gonna have to bend it together. Well, in survival you just have to take whatever it is that you can get. Okay, well, it's something. Okay, so I'm just kind of scouring the shoreline here, and I just came across this right here. It really doesn't get any better than that birch bark. Later, if I can find the right materials, this will certainly help me get a fire started. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start grabbing some of this. That is a score. That stuff will go really fast in a challenge like this. So I need to go ahead and get me a bunch of this. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna grab a bunch of it, put it in my pocket. Oh, look what else I found. Some bamboo. Hopefully I can cut that up, make some tinder, like a bird's nest out of it. Get this out of the way. And I found this piece of sourwood right here. And I think we have a saphatwood stump here. I'm hoping we can process something out of this. Yay. Fat wood. Oh God, yes. All right, I realized that I got busy and I wasn't filming, and I need to give y'all like a progress update of what I've got going on. So I decided to find a shelter site and start building a shelter. This is what I have come up with. You can see how thick the layer of duff is on top of the shelter. All it is a series of sticks that I covered with duff. So there's the roof, and I left a small area down at the bottom because, to be honest with you, it is hot. It is really hot. We are losing water and electrolytes, and I've only really been working hard for about an hour right now, and I'm about halfway done with the shelter. One thing about the shelter is we cannot use any green wood. We can't use any pine boughs, which kind of puts a kink in it. But I have been collecting things as I go. As you can see, here's a bunch of dry pine that I can use for fire. There's the bottle, the fat wood, and my little fishing lure. There's my baton that I'm using, and there's the bamboo. And now what I got to do is start filling this with duff. And that's one thing in survival, is you have to use whatever resources around, and we're really low on resources here. But what I do have a lot of is this duff that's everywhere. But as you can see, everything has pretty much been picked clean all around us. And so there was kind of a scramble to get resources to build shelters. And so I'm grateful and thankful that I took the time to go ahead and do that, because I'm one step ahead there, and I'm already working towards fire, and I have an idea for water, but as soon as I get my shelter done, then I'm gonna do that. So what I have been doing a lot of is just digging up duff like this. And one thing that there is no shortage of here are briars. They're everywhere. Okay, and it's only like 20 more of those. Oh God, this reminds me, just be prepared. We do this stuff to show you to be smarter than us, okay? Doing this just sucks, but I'm doing it, doing the things. Holy carpenter ants. I've been working on the railroad all my living days. Get rid of the sticks, get rid of the sticks and the pine cones. Duh. Here we go. One more time. But wait, there's more. There's a briar. Oh, I hate briars. So this is one of those things that, you know, if you cheat, you're cheating yourself. And, you know, when you're tired and you're hungry and you're thirsty, it's hard to do stuff like this. My philosophy is, while you have the energy, you need to go ahead and do it. But at the same time, you need to manage your time as well. Like, I've been going pretty hard now for, you know, 2 or 3 hours, and I've gathered up some supplies. I've built a shelter, but you know, there's also a time for you to sit down and kind of gather your thoughts. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back out, and I'm gonna have to try to find some materials to start a fire. I've already got a pretty good jump on it, but I need to find some more stuff. And I think my only answer to fire right now is probably doing a bow drill. I don't see anything else that I can do it with. And I've also got to get some water. Water is a bigger priority for me though, because it's really hot and I don't have a vessel to boil the water in. There's no way that I could, you know, do a rock boil right this second without ruining something that I've got, and resources are precious right now. So I do have an idea though, something that I want to try, but I think I need to just go ahead and finish this off. Right now, I've almost got a foot of duff. And honestly, I mean, if it was winter, I would need a whole lot more. But it is, you know, the summer right now. And so I'm not really worried about it, other than the fact that I need something comfortable to be on. So I've got a roof, and my roof is approximately 8 to 9 inches thick with duff. I'm gonna need more duff on the bottom though. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out. I'm sweating like a pig right now, but you know, it's about time to start conserving my hydration, because I'm already getting thirsty. That means I'm dehydrated, but I've done the majority of the work so far as my shelter goes. So I think we're doing pretty good as far as, you know, managing our resources and managing our time. All right, so one of the things that I got to do is I've got to come up with a fire bow, and to be honest, pickings are pretty slim, but sometimes you got to work with what you have to work with. So I'm hoping that I can make a bow out of this right here, is what I'm hoping I can do. So I'm just gonna take my knife and I'm gonna beaver chew through this. And the reason that I'm doing it like this is because I cannot destroy this in the process. So precision cuts is what this is going to take. Just chew all the way around, just like this. There we go. There's one. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and cut that off. No big deal. And I think what I need to do here is just make a quick handle. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my knife as a chopper. Oh, let's see. Will it work? Will it work? All right, I have been all over this island trying to find a hearthboard and a spindle. All I can find is maple, birch, red pine, sourwood. I can't find anything like basswood or cottonwood or poplar or cedar or even white pine. You know, there's no yucca, there's no, pickings here are really slim. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up by any means, but finding materials to make a bow drill is proving to be very, very difficult. One must keep going, never give up. Okay, I think I found literally the only poplar that is on this island right here in front of me. I'm deep in right now. I'm like really deep in. And usually there are branches that fall down on the ground from a poplar. It's king of the forest. It sheds those limbs really fast so it can shoot up above the rest of it, shoot above the canopy of the competing trees. And so normally you can find materials from a poplar, but this one is really young. And unfortunately, I can't find any branches on the ground from it. So I think this is like the confessional, you know, when you're watching a TV program and they're just telling you stuff on camera. I was not able to find what I wanted to. What I did find was some red pine, which will print. In other words, if you stick it with your thumbnail and it leaves the print in there, then it might work. I gotta say, these are probably the worst resources I've had to work with in a while. A long time, actually. It's been kind of difficult, but we're going out with our boots on. So we're gonna go ahead and at least give it a try. I'm gonna try to do the hearthboard first, and I'm just gonna take my knife here and see if I can see what's inside of this. It's still printing. I've only got to make it happen once, so that is carving pretty good. Whoever picked this island, I'm wondering, like, have they actually done this before out here? Or they just want to see what guys like us can do with limited resources? I don't know. I think that anybody in our industry really hates island survival. That's something that I hear quite often from instructors that just really hate being on islands. And I guess to a point I do too. I need to save these shavings. And as I get down to it, the core inside of here, I'm seeing a little bit more resin. That's the trick with pine,
if you're gonna use it for a bow drill, it has to be non-resinous. I've just got to do it one time. That's all I got to do is one time. That's still printing. I think I'm gonna have to do it on this side of it. Whew. I guess, I mean, you can only try, right? So I guess we'll see. Y'all boiling water?
I made a filter. I just can't figure out a container other than something I've salvaged. I'm trying to. I thought maybe I could carve something with a knife, stone knife, something, but it'd take me a freaking 12 hours.
Yeah, and you can't use ashes to blow a bowl, so the coal.
What's that?
You put the charcoal or the coal from the fire into a vessel and you blow on it, and eventually you'll get a depression in the wood, and you could use it to stone boil or something like that, you know.
Gotcha.
You got to get the fire started though before you can do it, all right?
Yeah.
So
I think he might get it because it's so dry, and he actually got a little smoke. He might, the next hour or two, he might get something.
yeah, that's what I'm doing, just working. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Try to figure it out.
I'm just gonna see if my filter works.
Well, good luck. Oh God, that's not much to work with. So there's our bow. There's our hearth. Now we need a spindle. You do not have much to work with. Don't mess this up, son. All right. Not too bad. Now, can you cut this other side? Oh man, really is small. It's gonna wobble pretty bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to make this side the point. And this side will be what actually goes to the hearth. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and prepare this. I'm gonna round this out a little bit. Thank God I brought a knife. Just grateful I brought a knife. Some of these other guys are, I don't know what they're doing, using cans or rocks or whatever they can find, but there's not a lot to choose from, I can tell you that. Okay, so there we go, that'll get us started there. Whew. Oh God, that's gonna be ugly. That's gonna be so ugly. But okay, whatever. Now I gotta assemble a bow, and the only cordage that I've got is actually my shoelaces. So yeah, I guess we're gonna make a bow now. All right, so I took the lace out of my right boot here, and this is actually a strange lace. Let me see if y'all can see this. It's designed to grip better on your boots. I don't know how it's gonna work for a bow drill though. So let's just see what we can come up with. I'm gonna go ahead and tie a bowline on this side, right here at the end. Just a simple bowline. And that is gonna go right here. Hopefully it doesn't smash the side. None of this is ideal, actually. The bow is not ideal, the wood is not ideal. Let's see, come down here and start wrapping. What in the heck? Now there's gunshots. Okay, it popped in, but I don't know. Let's give it a shot. That is so irritating. Well, it's just another thing of stress. Golly, man. Okay, so I've got the main components, and I have a bow drill divot and my knife. So let's see if this works. I can tell that is gonna stretch. That is gonna piss me off.
What's up, man?
What's going on, my brother? I'll shake your hand before I start this.
Is that your one thing, the knife?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's
and it's my knife.
yeah, okay. Beautiful.
That's my R&D knife, my prototype.
I love that.
Thank you.
It looks like uniquely this is very functional and it's lovely at the same time.
Thank you.
I like it.
I appreciate that. What's your one item?
Just this. Sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We got a little smoke.
Yeah, that's right. You're getting it.
Maybe if I can get it to... Okay.
That was some progress. And still smoking.
We'll take it.
Yes.
We'll take it.
Good for you.
All right.
Smells really good.
It does smell good, doesn't it?
What kind of wood is this?
Pine. Red pine.
How do you know what kind of pine it is?
So if you look at the needles, so if it has 2 needles per bundle, it's red. If it's 3 to 4 needles per bundle, it's yellow. And if it's 5 needles per bundle, it's white pine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty easy way to identify pine.
Yeah.
All right, now I just got more work to do. All right, so now we've got to carve the notch out of the wood. I'm just taking my knife and very carefully doing this. I do not want to cut myself, especially when you're tired and you're hungry and you're thirsty. It's easy to make mistakes. That's when you need to be intentional with what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this notch out, and I want it to be really smooth like this. And I'm also going to cut some off of the bottom right here so we can get some airflow down at the bottom where the coal would be. Just like that. Okay, so now we're ready to rock and roll. Now I'm going to attempt to make some tinder. real fine stuff like that I can put in the middle, and I can put the ember right in the middle of that and hopefully blow it to flame. Wow. Tired. A little bit tired right now. Okay, we got that ready. And I'm just gonna say, if I actually get this, I'm not gonna have a big fire right now. It is too hot. I just wanna see if I can do it. So I've got a small bundle, and then I've got a bunch of kindling just to go ahead and put on top and see if we can get a small fire, but something that we can control and put out if we have to. The object here is literally just to get fire for this challenge. So, all right, let's see if we can get some smoke here. Wow, sounds ugly. Just build some dust. Oh. Ah. Whoop. Let's see. Okay. Oh man, I'm out of breath. Come on. Jason. Jason. Cottonmouth.
Yeah.
It's too small. Oh, it's 95% mental. Need to just take a second. You know, the worst thing you can do in a situation like this is talk about food too. What I'm hoping is that the water will travel through this and filter through this right here. Some of the water coming out.
We need to talk about wild edibles.
Why is there always ants? If you need a pick-me-up, it'll help you out for sure. And they're everywhere. They're just taking my water.
I'm going to consider that a fail.
I think it's time for another confessional. I haven't really sat down and not done anything all day long.
I think I'm literally the only person that brought a knife.
Turns out, I know this is going to sound shocking to most people, but it turns out a toaster oven is not the ideal survival item. Just in case you guys were wondering.
And now we've got this hike out of here.
This toaster
But
oven is
poor Jason.
less than portable.
I wonder how the others fared.
I'm sure they're all still alive. Well, I hope they're all still alive.
I'm sure they're still alive. Whether they're thriving, that's another story. I think we're actually getting close.
We're at the promised land.
I don't know.
Land of Land, your trusted source for extraordinary vacant land across America that expresses your unique, special passions while diversifying your investment portfolio and hedging against runaway inflation. Imagine the thrill and prestige of land ownership, owning a piece of America. making the best investment on earth as simple as an online purchase. Off the Grid Serenity. Pricing from $1,000 payable by credit card. Visit us today at landofland.com, America's premier land wholesaler for over a decade.